Have you ever noticed how life feels different when you have a reason to get up in the morning? For many seniors, retirement brings freedom, but also unexpected emptiness. The days that once felt full with work, raising children, caring for others, suddenly stretch long and quiet. And in that silence, many seniors whisper their hidden fears. Do I still matter? Am I useful anymore? Will anyone notice if I'm not here? These fears, spoken or unspoken, weigh heavily on the hearts of older adults across America. But there is a way to push back against them, a way to replace emptiness with purpose, to replace loneliness with connection, and to replace fear with joy. That way is volunteering. Volunteering is often thought of as giving, as helping others. But for seniors, volunteering also gives back. It gives back meaning, community, and hope. It reignites joy and proves that purpose doesn't retire. Purpose is medicine, and volunteering is one of the simplest and most powerful ways for seniors to find it again. Consider Helen, a 78-year-old retired nurse in Michigan. After leaving her job, Helen said she felt lost. I had spent my whole life caring for patients. Suddenly, I had no one to care for. Her days felt long and empty. Then a friend invited her to volunteer at a local library, reading to children. Helen hesitated. I thought, what do I have to give anymore? But she agreed to try. The first day, as children gathered around her, she opened a book and began reading. Their eyes lit up. Their laughter filled the room. Helen said, in that moment, I felt alive again. I realized I could still care, still give, still matter. Volunteering didn't erase Helen's age. It celebrated it. It gave her the gift of being needed. Why does volunteering work so well for seniors? Science gives us answers. Studies show that older adults who volunteer regularly have lower rates of depression, better physical health, and even longer lifespans. Volunteering lowers stress hormones, improves cognitive function, and increases social connection. But beyond the numbers, volunteering speaks directly to the deepest human need: to belong, to matter, to make a difference. Seniors who feel invisible find visibility. Seniors who feel purposeless find purpose. Seniors who feel isolated find community. Nancy, 74 in Texas, discovered this truth after struggling with loneliness. After retirement, I felt forgotten, she admitted. My kids were busy. My friends moved away. I didn't know where I fit anymore. Then she joined a local food bank as a volunteer. At first, I thought I would just pack boxes. But then I realized I was part of something bigger. People depended on me. I made friends. I laughed again. Nancy said volunteering saved her from despair. It gave me back my sense of worth. Joseph, 81 in Michigan, used volunteering to heal grief. After losing his wife, he said, I felt empty, like life had no meaning. A neighbor invited him to help at a community garden. Joseph resisted. He had never gardened before, but he tried. I planted one seed, he said, and then I watched it grow. And as it grew, I realized I was growing too. Gardening gave Joseph connection to the earth, to his neighbors, to life itself. Volunteering helped him carry grief, not with silence, but with purpose. Dolores, 76 in California, joined a senior center knitting group that donated hats to premature babies. I thought it was just knitting, she laughed. But when I saw a tiny baby wearing something I made, I cried. I realized I could still create, still give warmth. For Dolores, volunteering turned a hobby into healing. These stories show how volunteering is not just about charity. It is about renewal. It is about seniors reclaiming their identity as givers, not burdens. And it works because it answers their deepest fears. Seniors fear being invisible. Volunteering makes them visible. They fear being useless. Volunteering proves they are essential. They fear being alone. Volunteering surrounds them with community. So what kinds of volunteering activities reignite joy for seniors? Let's explore 6 gentle, powerful paths, not as a list to memorize, but as lived experiences. First, volunteering with children. Seniors reading in libraries, helping in schools, or mentoring. Teens find themselves surrounded by energy. Helen discovered this when she read books to children. She said, "Their laughter filled me with hope." Seniors often say children remind them that the future still needs them. Second, volunteering in food banks or soup kitchens. Nancy packed boxes for families in need and found not only gratitude, but friendship. "We joked as we worked," she said. It felt like being part of a team again. These activities provide immediate purpose. Seniors see the impact of their work, and that impact feeds their spirits. Third, volunteering in community gardens. Joseph planted seeds and healed grief. Gardening connects seniors with nature, with cycles of growth and renewal. It reduces stress, improves health, and creates community bonds. Seniors often describe gardening as therapy for both body and soul. Fourth, volunteering through crafts or skills. Dolores knitted hats for babies, transforming her hands' work into warmth. Other seniors sew blankets, build furniture, or bake goods for charities. These acts prove that skills gathered over decades still have value. They remind us seniors that age is not an ending, but a resource. Fifth, volunteering in hospitals or care facilities. Many seniors, like Helen the nurse, return to care environments of care. They bring comfort to patients, support to families, and wisdom to staff. Their presence becomes living proof that empathy has no age limit. Sixth, volunteering in churches, temples, or community centers. Seniors who help organize events, greet visitors, or support services often feel renewed. These roles connect them to faith, community, and tradition. They remind seniors that they still hold important places in social life. Each of these 6 activities offers more than tasks. They offer meaning. Seniors who volunteer say their days no longer feel empty. They sleep better, laugh more, and worry less. Volunteering transforms retirement from silence into service, from isolation into connection, from surviving into thriving. Of course, some seniors hesitate. They say, "I'm too old. I have nothing to give." But the truth is the opposite. Seniors carry wisdom, patience, and empathy that no one else can replace. Communities need them. Children need their stories. Neighbors need their kindness. Even strangers need their presence. Volunteering is not about strength of body. It is about strength of heart. Families can encourage seniors by asking, "What do you enjoy? How can you share it?" A daughter might invite her father to help at a food drive. A grandson might ask his grandmother to teach knitting at a community center. Communities can support seniors by creating opportunities tailored to their abilities. Even an hour a week makes a difference. As we wrap up, imagine 2 lives. One senior wakes up, sits alone, and spends the day in silence. Another senior wakes up, heads to a library, a garden, a food bank, or a church, and spends the day giving, laughing, connecting. Both are the same age. Both face the same challenges of aging, but one feels invisible, while the other feels alive. The difference is volunteering. So here is my invitation. If you are a senior, ask yourself, where can I give today? If you are a family member, ask, how can I support the seniors I love in finding purpose? If you are part of a community, ask, how can we create spaces for seniors to serve and shine? And now I turn to you. Which volunteering activity speaks to you most? Share your answer in the comments. Your story may inspire another senior to take the first step. Share this video with a friend or loved one who needs encouragement. And don't forget to subscribe to Verdant Years, where every week we bring stories, tools, and inspiration to help seniors live with purpose, joy, and connection. Because aging is not about fading into the background. It is about shining in new ways. Volunteering is not the end of giving. It is the rebirth of it. And every senior deserves the chance to reignite joy, to stay connected, and to know this truth. Retirement is not the end of purpose. It is the beginning of meaningful aging.